morning, everyone. Welcome to Embody Your True Essence with me, Ikue. It's Tuesday, September 24, 2024. Step 2. Today is a Cancer day. I feel if you're sensitive, you're not alone. Lots of things are happening. I'm still here. How you guys feeling? Type in the comments your mood today. I woke up feeling since yesterday, I feel all kinds of feelings come up. Be grateful, being sad, and it's just like kind of like a repeat. But emotions are like waves of emotions like this, right? And I'm making choices so that I can learn from it, and I can create a new programming and pattern for myself. That's how I'm feeling. How you guys feeling today? Today is step 2. Again, it's I feel day. So if you're feeling very much sensitive, you're not alone. So let's just start with reading the pep talk part from Sears Joy. Today's energy is empathy. It's a ruling state of awareness today. You're holding space for your own feelings and the way you handle feelings in your me marriage to yourself. So today is turn out to be a very powerful day if you have stuff that's coming up and your emotions are being triggered. Yeah, welcome everyone. Hi Lee. And this is the time. This is the time to make a change for ourselves, because the narrative shift to get fun. So you may also with Mercury trying Uranus, your mind is re-evaluating what is important to manifest next. You may take down some plans you once held and place them with new ones. You may also find yourself agitated due to Mars in Cancer and Pluto in Capricorn. Be sure to respond to your feelings and not what agitates you. This will bring your feelings to a neutral position. As the moon moves through Cancer, many past feelings may arise. Yeah, I feel like I'm repeating some of that emotions from like 2 years ago, which is, it's maybe it was bound to happen, and we had to go through this. So, but this is a powerful time. We can end for good. Right? In the cycle for good. So that's the energy. How are you guys feeling? Are you being triggered? Do you feel a lot of stuff is happening in your life? I'm definitely going through that, I feel like, and I'm manifested in here, and I definitely feel that. So before we move on, let's rub our hands, just move our energy a little bit and ground ourselves. Welcome everyone to Embody Your True Essence. I got to have my live again on the couch. Okay, let's clap our hands. It's a nice blue sky today in Vancouver. Yesterday it was a wise choice for me to do it inside because it was rainy, and today it's beautiful. Do you have a busy day today? Okay, let's feel our energy. I'm just gonna go around, tap into my energy, differentiate my energy from other people's energy. I am not responsible for other people's emotions. There's nothing wrong with me when people are not happy with me. Here comes a, recovering people pleaser. I'm learning that people are also all going through it. It's not necessarily about me or about my stuff that I'm going through. It's just kind of like using me as an opportunity to going through that. So I think this happens a lot, in our daily life. We're just not aware. We're just using those people to release our own emotions, and that has been happening in so many ways. It's crazy. When you look at the society, what's happening in the local community, people are pointing at each other. You're the bad guy. You're the good. Like you've done this to me and blah blah blah. But at the end of it, we're all releasing all the cycle, all the bad patterns from our childhood, maybe 2 years ago, and maybe from life after, past life after, like past times, past lives. So just be kind to yourselves and observe more without being, without trigger. Well, it's okay to be triggered, but it's more like, you know, stop yourself when you are reacting upon it, and say something that, you know, with anger, and maybe it is what it is, but I think it's there's a lot of power in stopping, pausing, and know that this ends right now. Like, it's like I like setting the intention when something happens, like this ends right now. I don't deserve this, and I'm not gonna engage in it, you know. So okay, so step 2, let's read feeling it. Today, step 2, I feel, is a ruling state of awareness within the I receive Libra transit. Put simply, all of your current feelings about yourself will be coming to the surface through the course of today. You'll find that you're sensitive, easily triggered, and may need some time to outright cry. Try to plan your day ahead of time so that you can give yourself time to process feelings or take time out when needed. You may wake up feeling certain emotions with no apparent source to them. If you wake up with heavy feelings, it's likely you're processing subconscious feelings in your sleep. The feelings you are experiencing are emotions that you normally suppress, ignore, and flow through. One thing that came out for me was, hi Lorraine, one thing that came out for me, and 90 nuance, was, so I wanted to run an astral chart for my brother and my sister. And, you know, my parents are, you know, the older generation, so they don't have an exact birth time. So I have to use the sunrise time to run in a sunrise of their birthday, so run the chart. But if I could get that information, I can accurately read my siblings' astro chart. So I contacted my mother and then asked for that information. And then I got the information. I got my sister's birth time and my brother's birth time, and I ran the chart. And then she also sent it to me. I already knew my birth time, but my mom also sent me mine. And then just look at the page. I did post about it on the story. I was actually born. When I was born, I heard that maybe I will ask my mom again, but I was told that I wasn't breathing because umbilical cords wrapped around my neck. And I was basically choking myself. So I have to put in an incubator, and my mom literally couldn't see me for like a week or something after I was born. And I just like, you know, I knew about this, but, you know, just things come up, and, you know, I'm ready to process it. And so I just really took it as more things to look into. And it's in Japanese, and it says that, you know, there's a section where it's like, okay, I'm like a unborn child, like, you know, when you die, when you're born, and you can click. And in my section was literally clicked on that part where C-section and what's that word? Resuscitated. So resuscitated. And I'm like, that's a really strong word, you know? I was dead. I was almost dead. Literally almost dead. And I was revived, and I was resuscitated. And I'm here. I am like living my life, and wow. What a you know, what a life I had. And yeah, your daughter is 17. I have an emergency C-section. Oh, I see. C-section is very common, right? but also I think is now I know more about fascia. I think is a lot of women carries a lot of trauma around the hips, and hips are really tight. So mothers go through a hard time, you know, when the baby cannot go through the birth canal because it's a constriction, right? So, and I think it's, you know, of course with the hydration and moving the fascia around the hips will definitely help. But in the breathing, but definitely, you know, my mom, I think it's like a lot of women carry a lot of trauma around the hips. My mom ended up having C-section 3 times for our siblings, and what a powerful woman, right? And anyways, I was born and resuscitated, and I have the record on that, right? Yeah, we're all here for a reason, 100%. And then something clicking me. I was told from Sensei Christopher on Serious Joy, once I had an opportunity to, you know, to talk to him. And then he said that in a past life, you got murdered, possibly from a very close person. And then could be your husband, and your house got burned down. I said that, I mentioned a couple times during life, and that's pretty crazy. He saw that image, right? And then one time Gisela, who's the not owner, but you know, who make this wand that I always have, and she said that she saw this image of me like go hanged, and I was murdered, you know. But I was, you know, I think we all got murdered at some point, many times, right? And then so I was connecting the dots yesterday, and maybe the fact that, yeah, very dramatic and wild. I think the fact that I was born and then my cord was wrapped around my neck, it could have been how I was killed, you know. It could be like I was being choked or something, and and so it's kind of like it's in a sense it's very dramatic. I kind of, you know, like I learned that from age 0 to age 30, we kind of relive that cycle and karmic pattern of our past lives, right? So that we can do something about it after age 30. So just thinking about, you know, there are numerous past lives. I'm not talking about all of that past life, but I think we do remember some of the past life because it's connected to the theme of and the life goals of in this lifetime. So I was thinking about maybe at the time that I got killed, and maybe like my dreams were shattered and destroyed, and I got killed, and so when I came back into this timeline, I sort of call myself, you know, calling, like choking myself temporarily, like and then I rose from the ashes, resuscitated. It's so dramatic, and recreated that intensity of that. But luckily, it's like here I am, and like hello, I came here for that, and I'm living. And I just thought that was kind of crazy, you know, how everything it turned out to be, and everything has a meaning. And I think we are all going to remember those type of things, what could have happened. So it's fun for me to explore. I'm not necessarily using that to judge myself or condemn my past, and past doesn't even exist. It's just that lessons and what you learn from it. And I think we are alchemists. We can literally transmute all of our timeline all across space-time dimensions to literally change the past, literally change the future to come. So yeah, in a sense, I believe that. I meant that my daughter had the same birth that you experienced. Oh wow! So C-section, she wasn't. I think it's called new. There's a word for it, medical term for a baby who their cords were wrapped around, and but sounds like it's very common. But I think there's a lot of level of intensity. Some are born like literally not breathing, or some are like it's like choking myself. So I hope I'm glad that your daughter was safe. But pretty crazy, yeah. So just think about that intensity that I had to go through, and but also uncomfortableness, and connect with that. What I've carried, my pattern. Maybe I never felt safe to be on earth. Maybe like never felt safe in my body because of that experience to start, right? How I had to live my life suppressing some of the emotions because I was not allowed to live my life the way I want to live, and those are the maybe past life, and then my dreams got shattered, and I came back in this lifetime, and then I had to go through that at birth. But it's like, okay, just kidding, I'm here, rose from the ashes, but also I still go through that some intensity, right? Because it's like the soul exactly knows what's going on, what's up, right? Like just relive that pattern that I am here to flip, after age 30. So definitely my mom was in a very hard place when I was growing up, like age 0 to age 5, where our brains are like, it's basically like we're like a sponge. And she lost both of her parents, and my dad got sick and stuff like that. So it was a lot of things that were out of control, really put her into a state of, I wouldn't say she was depressed. I'm not quite sure, but she was having a real hard time in her life, and but she had a faith. She's a very religious person, so she knows how to calm herself. But I'm just thinking about the amount of stress and the grief that she had to go through directly affected me, and I can totally, it's like I can imagine what she had to go through and what I had to go through because of that. So those things affect my core beliefs, right? Like not feeling enough and not feeling loved, and I feel like I have to do something to be loved, and even though it was not that was not the case. So very interesting to unwind that part. So let's continue reading. So yes, you may be experiencing those type of subconscious feelings come up. It's not necessary this lifetime. It just kind of like is stored in here. So it's a good thing, right? Throughout the day, you may have old feelings come up that resemble periods from your past. Your mind may assign the feelings to a relationship, situation, or a life condition, but actually coming up is the history of what it feels like to be you. Wow. Yeah. You're like a phoenix. Yes, phoenix. Yeah, now I can proudly say that. Like I would start using, I was revived, rose from the ashes, I wasn't breathing, and then now I like just came back. Yeah, it's pretty crazy just to think about that. I knew about this, but it didn't hit me like until yesterday. Okay, so throughout the day, you may have old feelings come up that resemble periods from your past. I'm definitely feeling this. Your mind may assign the feelings to a relationship, situation, or a life condition, but actually coming up is a history of what it feels like to be you. These feelings are old me marriage feelings, cycle of thoughts and emotions that represent different ways of perceiving yourself consciously, tied to ways of treating yourself. So it seems like things are happening, and this person is doing, or this job is doing to me, situation, life condition, but it's really that we just feeling that emotions from the past. So stop blaming others, stop blaming the situations we are in. We just observe and know that whatever coming up is literally it's meant to get released, right? So this is the power. Like if you're gonna hold on to that thought, then you're just gonna repeat the cycle again. So it's like, okay, thank you for this reminder. I feel this. I feel like I'm reliving the feeling. Like for me, it's like right now I'm feeling that what I used to feel 2 years ago. It's just crazy. But I'm going to just observe, and without pointing fingers onto others, I'm just gonna go deeper inwards. So these feelings are all me marriage feelings. So when they say me marriage, it's about marriage to yourself. Like we are all learning to love ourselves and love ourselves more. Cycles of thoughts and emotions that represent different ways of perceiving yourself consciously, tied to ways of treating yourself, how you treat yourself. Yeah. Any feelings or emotions that come to the surface today are teaching tool for you to change. So let's really welcome that. If you're being triggered like me today, it's a teaching tool. Being aware of how you truly feel gives you the ability to change your perspective and beliefs about the feelings. That beliefs and perception of your feelings are more important than the feelings themselves. The beliefs and perception of your feelings. So when the feelings come up, and then narrative, the stories goes around your head, right? And okay, what do you believe? Do you feel like this is going worth, and this is the result because of what people say, or how can you look at differently? This is why a non-judgmental approach is important, because judging how you feel can further condemn you to misery or bad feelings, and hence repeating the same pattern. So the most important aspect of today is how you respond to your feelings. You are crafting a new me marriage where you are now kind, compassionate, patient, and loving. I love that. So how you respond. Now we're more kind, we know better, more compassionate, we're all learning, more patient, and more loving. Consider today an important practice day of those principles. In each of your stories, take time and space with how you feel about yourself in regard to each area of your life. Nurture and release the feelings as they come up. So nurture, acknowledge, and it's like, I love you, I see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see what you want me to see. And you feel it out. Maybe like it takes some time, 3 to 5 minutes, feel it out, all these emotions. And do necessary things, maybe dance with the emotions, move your body, and thank you, just let go. You know, a good reference point is when I work with Caroline in Austin, Texas. I mentioned this a couple times during the live. She does like spinal energetic work. I don't know what exactly she does, but she's amazing. She's just like going into your body and release stuff. And she said that any emotions becomes delusional if it lasts longer than 5 minutes. So think about that. If you think it's like this emotion is so heavy and it stay there for a very long time because you are not processing the emotions, that's why the emotion just stay there with water. That becomes a stagnant energy, and some of it I feel becomes fat. Some of them becomes just like a little tension and discomfort in our body, right? So whatever comes up is whatever you are meant to process today. So let's use that powerful day, that energy and encouragement to work on ourselves. So true feelings are coming up about strength, defensiveness, and your behavior with yourself. I found that right in the morning. Avoid blaming others. Channel your action into responses until you feel better. Channel your action into responses. Make yourself feel capable. Your feelings are telling the story of what you think of yourself. So sometimes when it seems like people are telling me something or I'm telling them something, but it's really the reflection of who we are and what we are holding on to, right? So really shift that narrative in that, so that you can calm yourself down. Like when somebody is like, it's like, why you are like this and la. You may feel that I'm like this because that's what you have in you. Or the return is the vice versa, right? Whatever I'm feeling in me, also I'm projecting onto you. So it's about the self-awareness, right? Like, what am I feeling right now? Okay, I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling not supported, and then I'm connecting the dots. Maybe past life, and also at birth, I was not breathing, and I couldn't see my mom right away. So it's kind of like just carrying this discomfort, not feeling safe on earth, and that's a huge part. Not feeling supported, and maybe not even that feeling of love. Like when I was born, I did not feel safe. Maybe there's that, I did not feel safe in the physical body on the Mother Earth because of what I had to go through, because I was murdered in the past life. And so when I was born, I was choking myself, and it's like, no, I'm not doing this in this lifetime. And I rose from the ashes, and resuscitated because I was not breathing. And so thinking about those things, and that affects how I live my life, up until now, right? Not feeling safe enough in my body. And so because I'm not feeling safe and protected, and because of what that my childhood, my parents did their best. Like my parents, near, like nowhere near a bad parents, but no parents were perfect. And it's just a lot of things. Like I always felt the need to prove myself, to do something to gain love from others. And that is also, it got me emotional, because I think that's affecting my relationship to myself and relationship to others. It's kind of like when I don't get that expected reaction. Oh, my love was not enough, let's give more. that's when overgive myself and give away my power, give away my love, when I have to turn back and give the love to myself first and pause. So if I really work on from here moving forward, and the love that I need to nurture is really myself. When someone says something, it's really the reflection, projection of themselves, projection of myself. Can I really just embody that? So it's not about blaming others for saying stuff. There's nothing wrong with us in that sense. And people are learning through us. I am learning through them, right? So that's that. I see an old pattern, and I am aware that I must change this. Amazing how this shows up. Yeah, I relate to this, not feeling safe and supported when I was a baby. Yeah, it could be just a uncomfortableness, not feeling safe. And as a baby, we were not able to identify that and process it, right? It's kind of just like, ooh, that don't feel good. And, it's just that, but then this uncomfortableness stays, right? And now resuscitating in this incarnation. Yeah, resuscitating. That's a very mouthful that I need to practice. Resuscitating in this incarnation. Yeah, that's where I came here for, That was a dramatic beginning, put myself into. I was born choking myself. That's what I did. Must go. We'll listen to the rest later. Okay, have a great day, Lee. So yeah, we do call into those things in life, and because of the core belief, because of the patterns, not feeling safe enough. So what I'm learning is I love myself and nurture myself before I respond. So yeah, nurture, release the feelings as they come up. And today is the day that true feelings will come up, and anything that we go through, just look inside, like what's happening, why are we feeling about this, and we can learn so much about ourselves, like our core beliefs. Today is the day to really go inwards and think the opportunity that coming up for us is like, thank you for this reminder. Like now I know why I call into these experiences, right? What you feel today is a result of how you have thought about yourself over the last year. Wow. Given how you feel today, what changes would make you feel better about how you think of yourself? Know that I am not broken. Know that I am not bad. Today's goal is to allow your feelings to flow without judgment, control, or stifling. Yeah. Feel your truth. Your feelings are your power. As the truth comes up, perceive your feelings as a communication from the depths of your soul to your surface awareness. Yeah, it's coming up. Knowing how you feel about yourself is the key to managing your happiness going forward. Embrace everything you discover. Love every moment of yourself. Care for yourself. Let me grab tissue. Oh. Tissue. It's been an emotional life since yesterday. Care for yourself. I accept my feelings as a communication. Yeah? If you need to cry, you cry. And then once you let it out, and you feel light. And so that's good. But I really started to understand diagnosis is that, when you have body symptoms, itchiness or tightness, it's all body speaking to us. And it starts with the whisper. And if you don't do something about it, and the voice gets louder and louder, and that leads to diagnosis, to reverse that is basically, we have to go through the steps, right? And first you need to calm yourself down because nothing works if you're inflamed, right? So, okay, let's reduce your inflammation and reduce your stress, and let's hydrate yourself so that you can put yourself in flow again, and then hydrate yourself. Then let's move your fascia, move your body. And when you repeat that cycle, working on yourself, removing stress, inflammation, which I've been doing for the last 4 years, which is awesome, through this Hybrid Garage partial maneuvers journey. Now, I started this life because I noticed that patterns keeps coming back, literally. And I have all the tools to remove the tension, every time things come up and body tightens up. But those patterns keeps coming back, and I keep being triggered until I fix the core issue. And you can't even get to that point if you are inflamed, you are in so much pain. Does make sense? So I started this life, like it's time for me to really work on this core belief. So I think that's why, it's hard to face the emotions, right? Gary always says from Human Garage, he's one of the co-founders of Human Garage. He said, if you're already eating healthy and doing all the right things and you still have the diagnosis, that's when it's really hard. That's when you have no choice but to face the emotions. So we're brave souls. Whoever watching this and watching the recording is exactly, we're working on the emotion part, right? And the core belief, like what is about us that is preventing us from living the best life. And it's all up to us. It's all up to our frequency, our narrative. And exactly, it was uncomfortable. And it says until we unwind it, right? So those are the patterns. And There's so many tools, reprogramming yourself, going to subconscious, and meditation, breath work. People do all sorts of things. My favorite is moving meditation, you know, put yourself in the position, or literally stretch myself and talking to myself with affirmations, and so that I can get, it's like two birds in one shot, you know. It's like working on my body, and I'm also working on my mind. So those are powerful tools. And today it is really about feelings, and I am crying, and I'm having a hard time processing this because I never got to work through that part. Maybe life after lifetimes after lifetimes, because I wasn't given opportunity. I just have to suppress a part of myself and take in charge of something and push through pain. And that was that's how I live my life, you know. Even like when I was a teenager in Asia, in Japan, it's like going to university, studying hard. It's kind of like the first step to be successful as an adult. So if you failed, and if you don't go to well-known university, you're kind of like failure, you know. So some people decided to stay once they graduate high school. They decide to go back to a cram school if they didn't get to university they want to go. They study for some people 1 year, 2 years to get into that university, just to get into university. It's and then once you get to university, it's not as hard compared to the university in North America, I found. And yeah, so things are very different. Anyways, I'm talking about this because I just didn't have opportunity to process emotions. In that I didn't have the right tools, and I just kind of like, you know, I learned to process joy. I love feeling joy, but I never go inside. I'm working on myself. There's so many layers, right? I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I can feel anxious in social situations. I think it's as you go through this process and maybe join this live, I think you will learn to be joyful, and just, you know, being able to differentiate your energy from other people's energy. I'm really learning that I'm no longer responsible for people's emotions, and if people are very happy with my service, thank you for seeing that, and thank you for joining me with an open heart, because it doesn't matter at the end of it what I do or what I offer. If this person doesn't like my energy, I can't please this person. I'm not here to please anybody, but what I'm saying is I take a lot, for example, when I teach fascia maneuvers, I take a lot of time to create a joyful, inclusive, safe environment, warm environment, because if I don't establish that, people are joining with the skeptical mind. It's just kind of like it's created a lot of dent, like a shadow inside the room. It's very hard to navigate as a facilitator. So I always say, it's like, let's create the safe environment for everybody. We are co-creating this moment, and whatever you know, put into this, your intention, your mind, will change the outcome of our class and contribute to the outcome of the class. So let's just really, you know, you are safe with me, I am safe with you, and let's just work on ourselves. And I feel like that's really shift that narrative and shift the frequency of the room. So, you know, Lorraine, remember that you have the ability to differentiate your feelings from other people's feelings, and also know that you are powerful alchemist, that you have the ability to turn any negative feelings from others into gold, you know. So just takes practice, right? Sometimes you need, like, I have a lot of essential oils here, and it show up with, like, you know, cleansing your energy and all of that. Mina's art. Your joyful energy shines across the ocean. Thank you. I love that. I really appreciate you. It takes one to know one, right? Like, so I'm really realizing that, you know, when people give me compliment, I come from a very humble country. It's like, no, and in Japan, this is what I'm supposed to say when somebody give me compliment. Oh, don't say that. I'm not that at all. And I'm blocking the blessing. So I'm learned that I think a lot of Japanese notice that when they go abroad and when people start to give us compliments, like, wow, I am allowed to say thank you. I'm allowed to say thank you. But also I go one step further. It takes one to know one. So thank you for seeing that part of yourself in me, right? And now, so when something happens, people are giving me some type of words, and also there's always a reflection of them, right? So they were revealing themselves. If you really see that from that perspective, it's almost embarrassing, and that calms you down. You know, it's all about the mind, right? But we are all learning, and feelings, and I'm learning to face some of my emotions that I didn't know how to face, like anger, sadness. But I feel like anger comes when I feel threatened. So I definitely feel like I'm dealing with that sadness. There's like a calm sadness, there's this quiet sadness, and there's this like nostalgic kind of sadness. I don't know if I'm describing it right. It's like it's there in me that there's nothing. It's like a wabi-sabi, if you guys understand wabi-sabi. It's like there's nothing you can control, and it's kind of like I can have the image of a samurai warrior. It's kind of like in the outside with the blowing wind, and you just sat down with calmness and a little bit of sadness, and it's just like feeling the life. There's nothing to control, and there's that sadness behind the anger. So yeah. You are a beautiful light. Thank you, Lorraine. Have you guys got to watch Shogun on Disney Plus? I got to watch it, and Hiroyuki Sanada, who was the main character, but who was also producer. Anyways, this Shogun got nominated multiple awards in Emmys. Emmys. It's a samurai, but it's as authentic as it is, because there's a lot of Japanese samurai crew contributed to that, and storylines, everything was close to perfection. And so I'm very proud of it as Japanese. So I'm excited to, you know, read and watch like about that, like about their cast interviews and all of that. And it's like getting in touch with my Japanese side, you know. I mean, sometimes, you know, when you're waking up and it's like, I don't identify myself as this old story, you know, where I come from, blah, blah, blah. It's like my culture is very shitty, all that, you know. But I come from that. We all come from where you came from. And there's no right or wrong. Maybe that culture wounded you, traumatized you. But at the same time, it's like there's a lot of beauty in that as well. It's about how you look at things, right? So same thing with any situation. Do you use that to see that negative side of you, or to see that good side of you? We're both. And the power is really embracing both sides of us and transmute that negative side of it, because negative side is just that absence of light where the light was not there, was not shed enough. So yeah, we're here to transmute all of that, I think. Yeah. So let's go into the card that I picked today. Is slow down and rest. You need it. looking at myself, I probably need it the most. So self-care isn't selfish, so give yourself permission to put yourself first today. When was the last time you asked yourself, what do I really need? Slow down and take a moment to tune into your soul's voice to see what you need most right now. When you put your mind and body into overdrive and don't take the time to rest and refuel, your body begins to show physical signs that time to slow down. Give yourself permission to make you a priority today before your body makes you. They say we can't fill from an empty cup and to put our oxygen mask on first, yet we have the hardest time adapting this philosophy to all areas of our lives. Don't wait until resentment or anger kicks in to take a break. If you've been overgiving and you are on the edge of burnout, this card shows up as a reminder to take care of yourself before overextending again. Yeah, overgiving is addiction, right? And I notice my tendency if I'm giving my love to somebody, and if I'm not having that love back, because I know that whatever I give, it's not going to be wasted. Maybe if I don't get the love from that person, I will get from somebody else, right? And it's about giving, but I think we're all, I am learning that it's about the balance. When you feel like your love is just overpowering and you're overgiving, and then you have to kind of shift that love into ourselves and take some time and look inside and give yourself love. And I am learning that. Some people are so good at pampering themselves, like do whatever makes them happy, like go to manicure, pedicure. One of the things I noticed, stuff that I used to do as a self-care are no longer my thing. Like, for example, like I used to get nails done all the time, and I know that gel nails is bad for me, and if I want to do hands-on work, and I better not have nails. So I don't have those self-care time, pampering time anymore, right? And then massage things. It's not like I was not crazy with massage, but there's a time that, okay, let's go to foot massage, or let's do this, do that. But I know that it's like, okay, I do fascia work and I don't need any help. Maybe I'm being stubborn. Maybe I need to pamper myself. But those little things like that, it's like there's a part of me that I had to go through that process. So understand that it's okay to get help. It's okay to receive, rather than, oh, I can do it by myself, type of attitude that I've carried for a very long time, because coming to Canada by myself requires a lot of persistency and the determination and commitment, and being strong in my masculinity, and exhausting, right? And I had to do what I had to do. I always say that, but I'm learning to open up my feminine side, because I feel like, just looking back what I did and what I have accomplished, and it's great. Maybe I had to go through that, and I had to push through that. At the same time, if I had been in my feminine side more, maybe I could have done things more smoothly. I could have manifested things that I manifested more smoothly, in a most joyful way. I feel like I think about that very often. But it's just like I can feel when that anxiety comes in, and it's just like fight or flight feeling. And when that happens, like my soul is so drained, and it's like, tell me, I just want to give up. I just want to give up. I don't want to do anything. I don't care about anybody, and I just want to end this, right? So I know how to get there. I know how it feels like to be there, right? But it's all the process, and we all know and so that we can do better. So yeah, step 2, how to respond to our feelings. And this is the time to establish the healthy connection, a healthy connection within ourselves, facing our, sit with that emotion. You don't have to face it. You don't have to face it. You sit with that, like side by side. Side by side. Sit right next to our emotions and talk it out. How you feel. What do you want me to do? And I'm here for you. You are safe with me. I'm safe with you. You are safe with me. And what do you want me to see? And so that I can learn from it. And this cycle ends right now. I listen to you, right? So that's the repeat. You're brave. Not everyone can do that. Oh, thank you. If you call that bravery, then yeah, really appreciate that. I can't even talk anymore. So today, step 2. Let's okay, let's finish with the heart and the brain. I can't even breathe through my nose anymore, but let's set the intention to love ourselves, and all day, every day, we're just tapping into our feelings. So breathe through your mouth. 2, 3. Through your nose, if you can. Okay, 1 nose. 2, 3. Hello, brain. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for trying to defend me when I feel in fight or flight, when I'm in fight or flight. I don't need this protection because I now know that I am radically safe and protected any situation. So I don't need to tighten up my body anymore, try to go in a protected mode. So you can rest and wait for that commander from my heart. Now, hello heart, you are in charge. You have ability to make a decision in life. You are like a conductor of an orchestra in my head. And you are organizing and orchestrating all the voices from within. Voices from the heart, voices from the mind, voices from the feelings, and voices from higher self, like intuition. And your heart decide what the truth is. And I'm here to listen, so I'm following you and following my heart. I am loved, I love myself, and I am safe, protected, abundant, and I am always taken care of. Whatever happens, I'm always safe and protected. Things are always working out for me. I'm here to listen to you, calm myself down, so that I can listen to the right voice. I take my time before I respond, and when intense emotions come up, I learn to stop myself and observe rather than reacting. So thank you for this self-awareness, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished and what I have become. And I'm here to better myself, and instead of blaming others and blaming other situations, things that come up today is a reflection of myself. And people are also learning through me. And so I know that I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm safe. I am going to sit with my emotions and listen and do what my emotion needs, maybe dance. And I choose to release any emotions that don't serve me anymore. I choose my life, and I choose to love myself. I am blessed in this life, and then I am an alchemist. Okay, Let that go. Okay. How are you guys feeling? I feel lighter after this. It's super powerful. Just to set the intention, talk to your emotion, talk to yourself. And then repeat as the emotion come up. Hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Embody your true essence. I'm gonna show up every day at 9 a.m. PST. If I don't, I will show up later and I'll give you guys the update on the story if I'm running behind. But I love showing up, and sometimes I'm very emotional, sometimes very energetic, and sometimes very calm. But let's just like navigate through this powerful phase to transmute as much as we can, so that we can get to what we are all moving forward. So thank you guys for being here, and have a good rest of your day. Yes, bye. See you.